Hello everyone, this is Carissa back here with Elaine on our project analysis series. Yeah, so today what will we be doing?
We are going to analyze the upcoming, I think it's going to be quite a good demand, or rather a very hyped up demand project, which is Pinery at Tampines. Why is it very hyped up? Because it's a mixed development.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
So I think a lot of people will like, a lot of our clients will always say that, hey, we like to look into a mixed development.
Or
Because,
integrated, yeah.
So why is that so? Because it's so convenient, everything is just downstairs.
Exactly. So you have the mall, the MRT at your doorstep, but not all the units will be at the MRT. So I think today we will talk about that. What are the points that we also want to take note if we are looking at Pinery?
Yes, correct, which is a mixed development.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go straight into our analysis video today. So we're going to start with the project information as usual. We're going to share with you what is this, where is the project, and then what are the basic information. And moving forward, we'll also be doing what we have done in our previous, like it's very similar to our previous
Rivelle
video at Rivelle Modern, right? Which is to identify the ideal range of units.
Yes,
Because we also realize that this is very important for our client, especially for new project launch, because on the booking day is the most intense part, which from our day one of our video, we have been emphasizing that already.
Yes.
So we want to be able to know
and identify
to let you all know now at this point of time, not on the booking day. If let's say that whichever developer pricing strategy they adopt, what will be the ideal range of units that we will zoom straight into on the booking day.
Yeah, you just imagine last weekend we have the Rivelle Modern
launch.
at 90% sold, right?
Correct.
So
Crazy.
I can imagine the buyers, right? If they were I mean, of course, I hope all of them are very prepared.
Yep.
Yeah. But if we know that the developer's pricing strategy, it will be easier for you when you go down to the booking day itself to identify which are the units is suitable for me and whether is it entering at the sweet spot.
Because always on a booking day, be it the first in queue or maybe unfortunately the more behind in queue, right? You always be faced with this very stressful decision to make.
Correct.
Yeah, which is to make a choice unit. Then last but not least, of course, we have our floor plan analysis, and also we want to touch a bit on the exit strategy for Pinery.
Yes.
Why? Because next to Pinery is actually the EC, which is actually the Rivelle EC, which is actually previewing ongoing right now.
Correct.
So we're gonna do a bit of comparison and also to explain on the exit strategy for Pinery.
Yes, because I think some buyers they do have concerns that I have surrounding ECs that will be priced lower than me. So how am I going to exit in the future, or when should I exit if I were to get Pinery?
Because EC and private condo, definitely there will still be a bit
Price
of price
differentiation lah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is to let you know that the preview date is actually 14th of March, which is very soon, like coming weekend.
Yep.
And then the booking day is actually on the 28th of March. Okay, and this is our QR code. Please do feel free to scan us.
Yes.
If let's say you have any questions about any development, or if you're really looking at Pinery and you want to know greater details into as per which specific unit type, like you have something in mind that you are still unsure of, feel free to get in touch with us.
Yes, and please do remember to like and subscribe to our channel, as it means a lot to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, so we go straight into the analysis video right now. So Pinery Residences developer is actually by Hoi Hub and Sunway MCL. Okay, and this is what we meant. The Rivelle Tampines EC is actually just beside it lah. Okay, so for Pinery, it's a mixed development, and there is actually a sheltered linkway to. Not sheltered, it's actually it should be underground linkway.
Underpass, right? It's an underpass linkway to Tampines West.
Yeah, which
MRT
is actually
station.
a downtown line over here.
Correct.
So it's actually linked to MRT station. And from what we understand that because it's a mixed development, so we definitely have got entrance to the residential and also entrance to the mall. And the good thing I feel, right, for mixed development, this is something good because there's actually a separate entrance to
so
the
there won't be
residential,
jam, right? Yeah.
And also entrance to the mall is actually at Tampines Street 94, and the entrance to residential is actually at Bedok Reservoir Road. Yeah, so two different entrances.
Yeah, we do see that some of the developments, mixed developments especially, that they have a shared or combined entrance, right?
Yes.
There will be a jam. So I think this is
And it's a
relatively
common
good.
concern by clients that because if residential and then commercial is the same entrance, right? then it's like a bit congested in a way lah.
Yes,
So
correct.
this is actually something good for Pinery residents. Okay, so this is the location. And then the project information, 588 residential units.
Okay, so you have 6 blocks of 14 stories. So what they have on the commercial side is also the supermarket, food court, which we'll touch more later lah, because we do have the site plan of the mall already.
Correct.
Food court, we have childcare center as well, and then so the commercial side will be, of course, all these will be restaurants, etc.
Correct. And if you can see over here, they actually emphasize. So there's actually quite a bit of restaurant space, because if you see,
Oh
if you see
yeah,
over here,
9,350 square meters.
childcare wise is probably relatively a smaller one, but I think it's still okay because for convenience wise, it's usually food and supermarket.
Yeah.
Supermarket is actually at 1150
Yes.
square meter. Okay, and then the tenure of the land. Okay, this is actually
The car park lots, 474 means it's about 80%. Yeah, 80%. And then of course commercial lots, there's 164 at the basement as well. Yep. Okay, so this is a unit mix, right? Yeah, so unit mix, we have 2 bedrooms. They don't have like 1 bedroom. So it only starts from 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, and 5 bedroom. Yeah, so as we can see, actually the biggest foothold they actually put on, it will be the 2 bedroom at 43%. Then of course the next one will be 35% for the 3 bedroom, and then 4 bedroom and 20%.
There's a quite a number of different sizes for the 3 bedroom.
Correct. Then there are a few stacks as well. So later we will zoom into actually which stack will the developer, how will actually be the pricing strategy of the developer, and which are the units that we might want to consider and zoom into. Right?
Sure. Some artist impression, if you want to have more information on brochure or artist impression images, feel free to get in touch with us. And this is the artist impression of the mall. Okay, so this is the part that we will touch on our real analysis of the video for Pinery. We want to be able to identify the range of units, as we mentioned earlier in the start of the video. And this is what we have also done for Rivelle Modern.
Yes,
And so
correct.
moving ahead, right, we will be adopting this format, all right, and this format of analysis, so that in each of the development that we are analyzing, we will be able to identify the ideal range of units before we even go into the booking. But that will also depend on the various type of pricing strategy.
Yep.
Okay. So for example, if the developer is to adopt a per floor jump strategy, so what are the units that we look into?
Yep.
If the developer is going to be loading on the facing strategy,
Yes.
then what are the units that we can potentially consider? So this is what we are going to do in all our videos moving forward.
Yeah,
Okay?
and also of course the third one will be the unit types.
Yes, the unit type.
So
Yeah,
whether
so
is
the
it
tree strategy.
Yeah, and whether is it 4 or 5 bedroom, is it still worth entering and things like that.
Correct. So then again, coming back to this, if we want to identify the range of the units, right, or what we call the sweet spot, what are the 2 things that we'll be looking at? Number 1 is the project USP, which is the unique selling point.
Yes,
because
correct.
every project unique selling point is very different. Like for example, Rivelle Modern.
Yes,
If you want to buy Rivelle Modern, what would be the first thing that you want to look at?
river facing for sure.
Correct.
And more likely or not, is the best river facing.
Correct.
Yes.
So then again, coming back to Pinery, because it's a mixed development. So why do buyers want to stay in a mixed development?
Yeah, so it must be the convenience.
Super convenience.
Convenience, right? I guess a lot of you watching the video will also have the same thoughts of, if let's say I were to buy a mixed development, I want the MRT, I want the childcare, just right at my doorstep, supermarket. I roll down to the food court. Yeah, so the convenience of not, if I choose not to cook, I can just roll down to get my food.
This is very real because I stay in the West. So very often myself and my family will go to Heelan Mall for dinner, and then also a supermarket. Then sometimes when you're so tired, right? And then you just feel like, I wish I just stay upstairs. And sometimes I take the MRT as well, and it's downtown line. It's also super convenient.
Yes.
So when, especially after work, right, then you take MRT back, and then you'll be thinking, I wish I'm just staying upstairs. So it's very real. So clients, or rather ourselves, you and me, why we actually like mixed development is really, really because of the convenience that it can actually bring us.
Yes.
Okay?
Correct.
So that's actually the Pinery USP. Then after that, what is then potentially is a pricing strategy adopted by the developer. So we're going to go into all these 3 different strategy right now. Okay? Okay, so this is what we have all discussed. What is Pinery USP? Definitely it's a mixed development. Or it is almost an integrated already, because integrated, it often means that you have like MRT or interchange
correct.
within
MRT,
the project.
correct.
So this actually linked to MRT station, and then you have all your retail downstairs.
So what is Pinery's USP? Because it's a mixed development, so of course it will start with what we have mentioned, retail, supermarket, food court, link walkway to the MRT station.
It's almost like an integrated, because it's just next to MRT station. Okay, and this is interesting because they have already provided the site layout of the mall. So from here we can see, all right, this is where the supermarket is, the food court, and then the childcare center.
ECDC is the childcare. Okay.
And then some F&B over here, F&B. All right, and then we have the retail malls over here. So I think mainly most of us will be looking at food court and supermarket. And over here, just now if you remember, this is actually where the MRT station is. So this is actually, the MRT access. So I think from here, you can actually access walking towards the MRT station.
Yeah. So actually there are a lot of lift lobbies that we have noticed from the site plan itself also, where we have block 932 lift lobby, 930 lift lobby.
Over here.
Yeah.
Over here.
928. So basically all the blocks have lift lobbies.
Yeah, it seems like all the block has got access to the
correct
mall.
Yeah. So how do we differentiate which stack is the best?
So maybe I ask you a question. If imagine yourself staying in a mixed development, right? And we know that mixed development brings us convenience. So when you're at your house, you go downstairs, right? What is the first thing that you will like to have? Because you're staying in a mixed development, ma? Is it like food court, or you want to go supermarket, you go downstairs, you can buy bread, or
I think I will pick MRT.
Access
or
to MRT.
Supermarket, because these are the two things that most of us use more often. Like the retail and everything, I think it's more of buying of stuff, right? So
for me, right, it's different. I will pick food court because very lazy to cook, ma.
Okay.
So, food comes first.
Okay.
So my choice will be food and MRT.
Food at MRT. Yeah, but for me, I cook, so I will pick supermarket
every day, buy fresh ingredients, right?
Correct.
So, okay, so that will also means to say, right, okay, do you agree that whichever kind of retail or whatever mall or mall type that everybody has got our own preference?
Yes.
But then again, more importantly, we all like to have more access, faster access to the MRT station.
Yes, because both of us pick MRT.
Yes,
so
correct.
I think those watching videos, our video, you can probably ask yourself, if let's say you're looking at Pinery, what is your priority? And what is actually the future buyer's priority? Then we can also think that, which one should we go for?
Actually, this is very real, because we do resale viewings as well, ma. So very often, right, or even for other new developments, when buyers look at the model, right, and then it's very common to have our clients asking us question, where is the side entrance? Where is the side gate?
How
Where
many
is the
side gate?
Yeah, how many side gate? Where is the bus stop?
Yes.
And then sometimes they will say that, if I were to buy this block, right, it is furthest from the bus stop left.
Yeah,
Or it's
correct.
furthest from the side gate.
Yes.
So all these concerns, all these questions are real, because sometimes, especially when you have a big plot of land, then we would start to think that if from this point to the other point, right, it will take me another 5 to 8 minutes of walking distance.
Exactly.
So the direct access to, or the fastest access to, especially the public transport, is most often what most of us are looking for.
Yeah. So just imagine if you're staying here and then you got to make one big detour because there's no side gate, for example.
Yeah, correct.
And then you have to make one big detour into that main entrance just to get out. I think these are some of the buyers, they won't like it.
So given the choice,
basically.
they will want to be as close as possible. Okay. And also because of that, right, that's the reason why we have actually identified a few of the different kind of choices when we are looking at Pinery. Okay.
Yes.
Now we know that this is actually towards the MRT station, and there are blocks over here, right? Because it's where the lift lobby.
So actually nearest will actually be 930, 932, and probably 928.
Yeah. Maybe somewhere around here.
Yes, correct. To the MRT station. Yeah.
So no matter which kind of pricing strategy the developer adopts, right, there's bound to be certain premium somewhere.
Yes,
okay?
for sure.
So if let's say today I'm actually over here, all right, I'm actually into the project USP, which is the fastest access to the MRT station, right? And I don't pay a premium. Okay, I think that this is actually the best choice.
Okay.
But maybe not a lot of units lah.
So you're saying that, so what we are saying is that if, let's say, I'm going for like, let's say block 930, 932 or even 928, and then it's the closest to MRT, and yet the developer hasn't loaded any loading on, that means they don't have any premium on all the units there itself, is something that we can consider.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Then the next choice is that I am still within this very close proximity to the MRT station, but I need to pay a bit of premium. But I think this is fine because I'm still buying into the project USP, but which is the convenience.
Yes.
Right? And what we probably do not want is that we are further from MRT access, which is probably the blocks over here. But if let's say over here, the pricing are more attractive, super attractive, but the only thing is that I'm further from the MRT station.
Will you consider?
I think I will still consider because still I'm within the whole development and I still have the convenience of, like for example, the supermarket and food court, just that I'm further from the MRT.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm not paying a premium.
And most importantly, there's no premium.
Yes, no premium. So I think this is something that we still can consider. The last thing that we do not want is that the furthest. All right, even though I'm still within the same development, I still have the convenience, but I'm the furthest from the MRT station. But the problem is I'm paying a premium,
Yes.
a relatively high premium. Then this is something that we want to really reconsider in terms of that.
So if you are watching the video, right, please continue to watch on because the next few slides we will actually be touching on, is there a possibility with you're furthest from the MRT and yet you're paying a premium?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So next. So this is what we have covered again in our previous video. If you want to know greater details, you can always look back at our Rivelle Modern analysis video. But we also want to quickly refresh you with to share with you what are the different kind of strategy. Number one is actually the price loading on per floor jump.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to explain a little bit later. Number two is the price loading on the premium facing
views.
Premium facing means views. Example again, Rivelle Modern, what's the premium facing? Which is
River.
the river facing.
Yeah.
Next up and coming, like the Vela Bay, the one at Bayshore.
Yes.
What's the premium facing?
The sea view.
Yeah.
Correct.
So for this one, later we touch on to that into Pinery, okay? And lastly, which is the number 3, is price loading on the unit type.
Yeah.
Okay, we go into number 1 right now, which is the per floor jump strategy.
So this is continuum. So continuum is also by Hoi Hub. So that's why we are using this as an example. So if you look closely, right, the units over here, most of the units are adopting a 0.45 per floor jump, which is $9,000. So second, third floor are all $9,000. Here is also $9,000, 4th to 5th floor, etc. So now if we look at 6th to 7th floor, now you can see that they have actually an increase in the per floor jump, which means to say that they have actually load after a certain level a premium on the per floor jump. So now it's 18,000. So that means it's double up, right? Yeah. So now what is the
Not just that, the other one, the other loading is also on the 11 to 12 floor. There's also a 0.9, which is at 18,000. So throughout the whole stack, right, it's actually just 9,000. But certain level, they suddenly have a double increment.
Yeah.
So this is what we call the per floor jump strategy. And I think not just for Continuum, their previous project for key residences, they also adopt the same price strategy. Basically, once you reach a certain level, right, and then there is a more significant jump. Okay. So now the question is, let's say today, when it's your queue, all right, and then you are left with, okay, so over here we can see that this is where the 7th floor and also the 12th floor is the level that it has got a more significant increase. So ideally, if that's the case, we already know the difference, right? So ideally, we should go for level 6.
Correct.
Because
or
that's
if not, then it's level
11. Yeah, because that's where the double loading comes in.
So if you're, let's say if it's your queue already and you're at you're left with 7 or even not 12,
Yes.
And knowing that it's there is a loading.
Yes.
So would you still consider? Yeah.
So again, with this, so every strategy we always have to go back to the project USP. Remember?
Yes.
So if this is a case, okay, that you are left with the choice of level 7 and 12, so would we still go ahead? The answer is going back to the project USP. Remember, we talk about the convenience. We talk about how often people want to be very close to the public transport, especially the MRT station, right? Now, our take is that, for example, if these two, you are left with this choices.
If it's Pinery, okay,
for
you're left
Pinery,
with two
yeah.
choices.
Yeah. And then it is actually the blocks which is nearer to the MRT. Remember, that's the part that we say that we pay a bit of premium, but we are still into the project USP, which is a access to MRT station.
Yeah.
Our take is that you can still proceed with that. Yeah. But if at the point of time, these two units are actually the furthest from the MRT, which is like, for example, the units over here,
Yeah.
then maybe you will have to reconsider because you are not buying into the USP.
And yet you're still paying a premium of it.
That's correct. So this is how we analyze in terms of the per floor jump strategy. So again, then on the booking day, we need to identify whether the developer actually adopts this strategy. Okay, and then to see if this is the case, if this is really the case, and there's bound to be a certain level with the additional premium, then we need to decide then and then which are the units that we should go for.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
So this is for the per floor jump strategy.
Yep. So I think every strategy we need to first identify, always go back to the same part where is the unique selling point
Of the
then you
development.
can, I think, make a better or more informed decision of whether should we go ahead. There's a loading. Then I very kanchiong already. I'm in a queue. So should I go ahead or not? I think this is some of what a lot of buyers that they are facing. So I think we hope that this strategy or this concept that we share with you will be able to help you if, let's say, you are
To prepare yourself.
correct.
To prepare yourself to go for the booking.
Yeah, but of course, if you're not sure of how it works, you can always contact any one of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, the next kind of pricing strategy that developer can adopt is the facing, which is the view strategy. Okay, this is also what we have illustrated previously. This is actually for Lentor Modern. It's quite an obvious difference because for Lentor Modern, we have got the landed facing and then we have got non-landed facing.
Yeah.
So we can see from here, right, the non-landed facing starts from 2000, 2001, but when it's the opposite, the landed facing, right, it's definitely higher per square foot.
Yep.
So this is what we meant by developer adopting the facing or rather the view strategy. That means they will actually place a premium on the view, depending on what kind of view then they will actually place a premium.
Correct.
So again, coming back into Pinery, do we have any
Views. Looking at the floor plan or the site plan, the location, basically it's all surrounded by HDBs,
Because
right?
all these are HDB,
Yeah, and then the MRT is here.
Yeah.
So I would think that the possibility of it having a more premium facing on views are likely to be this block over here and this
because
stacks
there's a park here,
yes,
right?
correct. A bit of unblocked facing.
But then again, it's only that 3 stacks over
Exactly.
here. Or maybe this one 4
Yeah.
stacks.
So the other possibility of it having a more premium will actually be the pool facing.
So then the question comes back because we always need to learn how to read the developer's mind.
Yes, correct.
Clients who want to buy into Pinery or yourself or myself who wants to buy into Pinery, are we looking for views?
I think it's more of location and the convenience.
The location and convenience,
location
right?
and
Because
convenience.
if you are somebody who wants to have views, you want sea view, you want nice view, unblocked view, landed view, right?
And like
then
you won't go to Pinery lah.
you will not be looking into Pinery already.
Yes.
So whoever is looking into Pinery, because we are looking for the convenience. Yeah. So not saying that, okay, so developer can actually adopt one or two and then they combine the strategy, but they maybe strategy 1 there will be a higher percentage.
Yep.
And then the other strategy combine then maybe a lower percentage.
So the facing maybe not so much on the facing strategy.
There could still, what I mean is that there could still be a possibility that they'll adopt this, but not so much of a disparity in terms of the premium between like the exterior facing or the interior facing. Because end day, the only view you get is the pool view.
Yes, and also if not, then it's this park view lah.
Okay, but it's quite a small park lah.
Yeah, exactly. So again, if let's say the developer were to place some premium on this facing block,
This facing over here.
is it still worthwhile or not?
Okay, then again, as what we have mentioned, we link back to the USP of the development. Okay, before we come into here, right? If let's say I were to compare over here, because now we keep mentioning about the
Emphasizing on the
MRT, right? Okay, so if it's over here, exterior HDB and interior pool view, right? If it's exterior and then if that really there is also a little bit of premium on the pool view, I guess the best unit that we can be looking at is actually the exterior view. If there's going to be a price difference, which we believe there will be still a slight premium on that lah. Because why? You're buying into the project USP again, all right, but you're not paying any premium.
Yep.
Yeah. Then over here, the blocks over here, with a bit of premium, we think that again it is still justifiable because again these are the closest block to this to the MRT station.
Exactly.
Yeah. So coming back to your question over here, if you need to pay a premium over here just to see the park, right? But then you know that from here to walk to this part here, it will take you another. For me, I probably need 7 minutes.
Yeah, probably 5 minutes on average.
Yeah. Not that it's cannot lah. Just that for ourselves, right, we'll be thinking like, we already want the convenience ma.
Yeah.
So should we go for the best convenience? Right? So maybe this is something that you really want to reconsider again if let's say you are paying a premium for this facing.
Yep.
All right, but you are furthest away.
I think also most importantly, we also need to understand in the future if you want to exit, will the buyers be also thinking the same?
Yeah, the same question will pop into our
because if
mind.
let's say there are a lot of units that are selling, some are pool facing, but it's closer to the MRT station. Will the buyers feel that? Will the resale buyers in the future feel that I can also have that pool facing and yet I'm closer to the MRT? Yeah, my child can wake up maybe few minutes later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's for the view strategy. All right. Last but not least, we have the unit type strategy. Again, we're using the example of Zion Grand because this is where we can clearly see that, right? So in the past, right, we always will say that big units, lower PSF.
Yes.
Small unit, higher PSF.
Yeah.
But
that
the
is
reason,
also in the past, right?
Yeah. But the recent strategy that developer adopts is that big units, higher PSF.
Yes.
Because they load on the unit type. Okay, so this is what we can clearly see. For 1 bedroom is 2.7, 2 bedroom is actually 2.7. As the unit type gets bigger, right, you see the per square foot
3.2
gets higher. Yeah, even though if it's a 5 bedroom, 4 bedroom, but the per square foot gets higher. Okay, so again, if it's a unit type strategy, what is the ideal range that we should be looking at?
Yes. So if let's say the developer were to load a lot on the 4 and 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, 4 and 5 bedroom.
Yeah. So then how? Should we go smaller? Impossible for 2 bedroom because my family is a family of 4 or 5. Then how?
Okay, so our take on this is that because for Tampines, it is still quite an own stay area, right?
Yeah.
Agree? Yeah. So if that's the case, I think more demand will be actually for the 3 bedroom because if you are upgrader around that area, you're staying in a 4-room flat or 5-room flat, minimally you still need a 3 bedroom.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
because that's what the 4 or 5-room flat HDB is. You still have got 3 bedrooms. It may not be so easy for you to compromise on the size to a 2-bedder.
Yep.
Okay, so if that's the case, then maybe we have to consider the 3 bedroom if the premium is very much loaded on the 4 bedroom.
Yep. Then the next thing we need to consider also, because there are a lot of stacks for the 3 bedroom and it's about 35% if I never remember wrongly. So 35%, so which are the unit types that we can look into for the sweet spot?
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to look into at the floor plan analysis. We'll touch more detail for the 3 bedroom as well.
Yeah, because not forgetting that Rivelle is going to be our next competitor.
correct.
So we also need to understand that if we were to buy into a 3 bedroom, what is our future competition that we will be facing?
That will be our exit plan.
Yes,
Yeah, which we are going to cover very, very quickly, which is actually next. So that is actually the 3 different pricing strategy that we want to share.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you can understand from here. If not, again, do get in touch with us. So basically, what we're trying to share is that there will be 3 different types of strategy that developer will adopt.
Yes.
All right. Whether they're going to be more focused on whichever specific strategy, right? It will also affect what are the ideal range of units that you can be looking into.
Yes.
Relating back to the project USP. Okay. Now, next, we're going to into the floor plan analysis. So starting from the 2 bedroom analysis. Okay, so for 2 bedroom, we have got a few sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4 sizes. Okay, so for 2 bedroom, the smaller size is 624, and then we have 635, and then we have 2 more layout later on. So for the 624, if you look at the ones in yellow, right, these are all the 624. 624, 624.
1, 7, 17, 18. So these are they are actually scattered all around.
All around,
Yeah,
yes.
all around.
So this is the part that is important. That you know that 624 is all around. So again, which will be the better stacks to look into?
Yes, correct.
So again, what we have emphasized, preferably if looking from this, right, the stacks that we would recommend will be the one which is closer to the MRT station. Okay.
But again, we need to compare the floor plans.
Yes.
So we can look at the next one. Okay, so maybe we quick look at the 624 one first. Dumbbell layout, 2 sides of kitchen. You have a proper dining area, living, then two baths.
Two bed, two bath.
Yeah, 2 bed, 2 baths. And then next one will be 635, stack 20 and 29, which is
The 2 corners here.
yeah, here. The one in red. This one and this one. Okay, so this layout a bit
635 is a little bit not the normal layout.
Yeah,
It is
correct.
dumbbell in the other way. It's dumbbell in like it's in
Side by
between.
side. Yeah. Very long
yeah.
never see this kind of layout already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We
come in. You have a
entrance, we come
bath.
in, we see the kitchen. I think we are getting. We are already accepting the layout. Like you come in, you see the kitchenette. Not so much on you come in, you see the bedroom.
No, not so much. You come in and see the
bathroom as
stuff,
well.
Yeah. Yeah. So that means if the door is open,
You need to
then
close the door to get into the bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also over here, because the kitchenette is over here and the dining is here. So this whole place, because if you see over here for 624,
Yeah.
the kitchenette is here, you still have a proper dining space over here.
Yeah. So the length is like this, like here to here, like this.
Yeah.
Then
And then
whereas
but
for
this
here
one,
is
right,
like this.
it's compromised already.
Yeah.
For the width, you compromise the kitchen.
So this one is a longish kind of a
Quite
layout.
narrow. I feel it's very narrow.
Yeah, longish and narrow kind.
But never mind, this one only 2 stacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, the bigger size will be 667 square feet. All right, 667 is actually over here.
Stack 4, 10. Oh, which is the furthest away from the MRT.
Yes, correct. But not just
Similar,
that.
right? Similar layout for
Yeah.
624. It's just that they have a traditional kind of layout where they have 2 rooms side by side to each other instead of dumbbell. Yeah, but the kitchen part is actually almost simimer,
See,
right?
this is
Yeah,
also 2 sides.
correct.
And this is also 2 sides. So to conclude, 667 is not the most ideal layout and location of the units in the development because it's over here. That's first thing. Second thing is that because the kitchenette, the whole layout, just that one is dumbbell, one is traditional. But in terms of the living, dining, and kitchen, it's actually the same. But for the fact that it's actually a bigger size, right, means that the quantum will be slightly higher.
So it's about 40 over square feet difference, right? 43, 624, 43 square feet
You
difference.
want to do your math?
Yeah, no, I can do mental calculation.
Yeah. So the thing is that even though 624 is actually consists of a higher percentage, but we feel that I think units over here would be able to have a better demand next time in future.
Yes, and I think if we are thinking of investment, the tenants will also prefer something that is nearer to the MRT station.
I'm sure
That
they
means
do.
1 minute I go down, I get to the train station.
Very
Because there is still a walkway, So from the last block all the way to the downstairs, and then you still need to walk to the start of the entrance of the MRT.
And then you walk to the MRT.
Yeah, and if the rental likely or not might be the same, then I think tenants will likely prefer the one that is nearer to the MRT station.
Next, we have our 700 square feet. This is actually a 2+ study.
Yep.
It's a good layout. You come in, you have a tuck-aside kitchen, you have a study over here, and then 2 rooms at one side. Nothing much to pick on for the 700 square feet. And looking at this, right, it's all positioned at the blocks that we liked. Okay, so I think for 700 square feet, it is something which is very okay if you're looking for a 2+ study.
Okay, so the 700 square feet, which is the biggest 2-bedroom in this development. So I think what we need to know also, future when we want to sell, what will be our competitors, what will be our competition. So I think the next slide, right, we will be talking about, who is our competitors that when we want to sell in the future. Okay, so if we look at the 2-bedroom comparison, we will have to compare with Rivelle's 3-bedroom. So Rivelle's 3-bedroom is at 883 square feet and this is at 700 square feet. So meaning to say that if I were to buy a 2+ study in Pinery, 700 square feet versus in the future my future buyers, right, can also look at Rivelle's 883 square feet, which is a proper 3-bedroom, whereas this is a 2+ study. And Rivelle's 3-bedroom still come with a wash closet, a yard, a home shelter.
A proper 3-bed.
Yes, a proper 3-bed. So, and the rooms are 9, 12 square meters. So that means it's proper. So if let's say you are a buyer, let's not consider about price first. So if you are a buyer, if the price is close, which one would you prefer?
Definitely the 883.
Exactly. So now we look at the price. If let's say we're talking about entering 2006 PSF for Pinery, let's say if you want to exit on a $200 PSF increment, so we are looking at to sell at 1.96. So, but the good thing is that Rivelle in the future they can only sell at 2035 because of the MOP. Although they are 1 year earlier than us, right? The TOP. Yeah, but then because of EC's nature of ECs, they can only sell 5 years later.
They need to stay 5 years, the minimum occupation period.
Correct. So if they are entering at today 2000 PSF, for example, 883 at 1766 million, they want to exit in the future at $300 PSF. You normally for 3-bedroom slightly higher, I would say. We just take a gauge of 300 PSF increment. So we are looking at 2 million. So 2 million actually is very close to maybe 40K, more than 60K. 60K different, almost the same kind of quantum. And yet I can get a 3-bedroom. So if you are really thinking of Pinery's 2+ study, I think is something that we need to reconsider again, because knowing that our competitors in the future will actually be Rivelle's small 3-bedroom, which is at a very proper size of a 3-bedroom with the yard, home shelter, etc. Yeah, so buyers do have a spot for choices in terms of this. Yeah, so if coming back to Pinery, if you were to ask us, like what is a comparison, what is our choice units, right, will likely be this.
For 2-bedroom.
Yes, 624
So we go
square
for
feet.
the smaller quantum of the 2-bedroom.
Correct. Yeah. Because looking at 635 will definitely not be my first choice. So 624 comparing to 667, 700 we have already addressed that. 667 actually there's not much of a difference in terms of the size, but there is a 43 square feet difference, but we cannot see the huge difference in terms of the space. And it's further away from the MRT station, but it's going to be priced higher because of the size. So our recommendation will actually be 624.
Okay.
Yes.
So the comparison definitely, the pricing is not the confirmed pricing. We are just taking an estimation to show the potential appreciation and then the prices comparison. Okay. Next, we come to the 3-bedroom. So 3-bedroom, we have a couple of sizes also. Starting from the smaller size is 807 square feet. All right, there's actually 48 units of such, and then we have 861 square feet, 24 units of such. If you look at this, the one in yellow will be the 807. Quite a number of stacks there. But if you look at the 807 square feet, right, this is the only layout for all the Pinery 3-bedroom, right? This is the only layout that you do not have natural ventilated kitchen and bathroom. So no windows lah. Okay,
because it's gap in between.
Yes, it's in between. So this will definitely be the lowest quantum. But in terms of the positioning of where they are, right, I think it's very decent, as what we have again highlighted that it is, we would prefer blocks over here. So the positioning, the location of where 807 is very ideal, just that the layout is not the best. Okay.
Yes.
Next, we come to 861, which is actually situated over here. 861, the layout is quite similar to 807, but we have got natural ventilated kitchen and also bathroom over here.
But this one is a bit more standard condo layout lah. But this one has one like a bit of dumbbell in the middle of here.
Very conventional. I think this will be more accepted in a way.
But I think something to take note, because there's 2 stacks, 9 and 25. So 9 is actually at the furthest away from the MRT again. So
not that this one cannot.
Yes.
So we have to see whether are we paying a premium for this. If we are not paying a premium, and when it's your turn to book a unit, you're only left with choices over here, but we know that we are not paying any premium, then this is something that you still can consider for 861. Okay. Next, we have our 872 square feet. This is the one that is actually, I would say that is very similar to the 861, but this space over here. The additional 4-year
long,
space.
Right? A bit long.
Correct. Okay, so we have got windows over here, so it's also natural ventilated. Yeah, just that the difference is here. But the position is good because it's actually over here.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Maybe
then
step 39 will be not bad because of the pool facing and
but
stuff.
47 could be the cheaper one because it's
Mm,
exterior facing.
yes, correct. Also,
Next, we have the bigger unit, which is the 990 square feet. This one comes with the difference between this and the rest of just now the other three, right? Is the additional bomb shelter and the wash closet over here. Yeah, so this one slightly bigger area over here. That's why it's 990.
proper proper with a home shelter. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like wash closet. To
Similar
house
to-
helper and things
if
like
you
that.
really need to additional storage space as well. These two stacks, these two layout, you only have got 2 stacks each, so there's not a lot of choices for these two. Okay, so then we also want to take we take a comparison with Rivelle. Pinery 990, the one with the bomb shelter over here, just now what we've just shown.
Yes.
And then for Rivelle, it's actually we're using 883 square feet because
This is the only one that has. So 990 is the only one that has a
bomb shelter.
Bomb shelter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you compare with Rivelle's 883, which also have a bomb shelter.
And this is only at 83 square feet.
Yes,
Okay, so
correct.
it's like it's very efficient, all right? Not saying that Pinery loses out in terms of the layout, but just that it is actually a slightly bigger size, all right? So same thing, let's say we use an indicative price, all right, of 2004. Not saying this is the actual price, all right? We're just using some estimates from here. 2004 times 990 square feet, our purchase price, which is actually about 2.376 for a 3-bedroom private condo, is actually a very decent price.
Exactly.
For 990 harmonized layout, equivalent to probably 1,000 square feet for the kind of previous sizes. So at 2.3 mil, if I want to exit, say, a $300 appreciation, the price that I will need to sell is at 2.6, 2.7.
Yep.
All right. For Rivelle, similarly, if let's say our per square foot average here, okay, actually Rivelle pricing has been released already. The indicative is about 1,007 each, 1,008. But we're using 2,000 because that one is only the lowest floor. So we're
Yes.
taking, for example, 2,000 as an average. All right, the purchase price is at 1.766. And then when you want to exit later on, at a $300 per square foot difference, right, the quantum is at 2 million.
Yep.
So again, looking at this two, if given a choice, all right, it seems like both of the layout are actually very similar and equivalent. Buyers may actually be looking at Rivelle because of the lower quantum later on.
Yep.
Again, we are just showing these two floor plans. We are just taking Rivelle floor plans as an example and estimating the potential price later on.
Yep.
But one thing which is good to note is that, again, emphasizing that Rivelle can only sell in a year of 2035 because there's a 5 years MOP.
Yes, correct.
So again, what is the exit strategy for Pinery? If you are looking at something which is the relatively short to mid-term, all right, because from now to TOP is about 4 years, 3 to 4 years,
Yes.
all right, and in any way your seller stamp duty is also 4 years.
Yep.
By then, about 2029 or 2030, you can sell your property already if there's any appreciation, right? If you want to cash out from there, or if not, you will still have about 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
If you want to stay in for another 4 to 5 years, right, before you hit the MOP of Rivelle, potentially you can still exit from there.
Yeah. So meaning to say that if let's say we were to buy into Pinery, we will have to sell before the MOP of Rivelle.
So just bear that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if not, then if let's say buyers were to come and compare the two prices, of course, they will more likely or no go for something that is a lower quantum. I'm not saying that buyers will definitely go for that, but it's just that in terms of quantum wise, in terms of affordability, some buyers, you have a larger pool of buyers that has better affordability.
It will still be deemed as a competitor
Yeah,
for
correct.
Pinery. Okay. Next, just now we talk about the 800 and 900 series of the 3-bedroom. Next, what we have is the 3-bedroom plus home shelter. Just now 990 has a home shelter as well, but
this
this
is
one,
more of a premium, I would say.
a bigger unit.
Yeah.
So we have our 1000 series 1012 and 1023. If I look at this floor plan, right, besides the location, which is also again similar,
Yep.
I feel it's just this part over here.
Or
Just
longer,
a longer foyer and walkway.
Yep.
If not, everything else is quite similar.
Toilet maybe the toilet a bit different. The toilet is longish on the 1023.
longish and then this is like deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Maybe the positioning of the master bedroom.
Also,
Oh, yeah, okay, now, yeah. Okay, this one, all the rooms face one direction. For this one, right, it faces the other way for the master.
So that means it's the stack 42, which is facing
here.
out.
So
HDB
anyway,
also, I think.
it's the same lah.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect too much because you face here also HDB. Your master bedroom face here also HDB.
So yeah, of course the walkway is the most significant difference, but in terms of the other sides, it's just very slight difference.
Okay, lastly, for 3-bedroom, this is the show unit, which is a 3-bedroom plus home shelter plus the study.
Which has more stacks also. Because the rest are only one stack, right?
Yeah,
one or two stacks, yeah.
This layout, I think, is very good because you can have really a study over here in your master bedroom, all right? Or if not, if you do not need to have a study, it's a super big, spacious master bedroom.
I would love to have a walk-in wardrobe.
Can.
Just
so you have to walk. Actually, cannot really.
Yeah, walk-in wardrobe. I think this part I will put the bed here and then I will have my walk-in wardrobe here. Then with a TV or something like that or projector. Sorry, just imagine.
She's imagining herself in this unit already. So this is for the 3-bedroom. And also because if you look at this, it has got quite a number of stacks all spread over. You can actually potentially have quite good choices lah.
Yeah, again, we need
Options.
to know that the premium wise, whether is it further away from the MRT, would there be actually a premium loading or there is no premium? So something that we can consider, like for example, this unit, and it's unblock facing.
Oh, this is the question you posed earlier on. Over here,
correct.
this faces the park. Okay, so this is actually the park view. So do you want to pay a premium for the park view? So again, then we need to decide because we need to be able to analyze how much is the premium between this stack, which is the park facing. Is there a difference between the pool facing?
Yep.
And if there is a difference, which is the park facing, for example, if this stack right is going to be higher price, then do we actually want to consider units over here, which is the pool facing? Because you are nearer to where we have been talking about the MRT access, but you don't pay a premium.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if let's say this park facing has no premium, then maybe I might consider this.
Yes.
Because in the future, I will have a differentiation in terms of size, in terms of facing with the rest of my competitors.
Correct.
Within the development, not talking about other people. So not talking about another development, but just within the development. So I think we need to understand first the sweet spot and the pricing of the developer, whether is it still entering at the correct sweet spot or not.
Okay, next we come to the 4-bedroom. 4-bedroom, we have the first size is 1141 square feet. This one, the positioning is at the bottom.
Yeah, so it's at the end.
So maybe what we can be, I would feel that the exterior facing, right, is something that is more attractive in terms of the facing.
Because this one you will pull and then maybe slightly further away from the other block. I think the distance, block to block distance will be slightly more.
We'll have some premium over here. So we have our 4-bedroom. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th room is here.
This one is a
storage
room, storage, not home shelter.
So this is not a home shelter. It's a proper 4-bedroom, a more compact 4-bedroom because it's just 1141 square feet, and then with a storage space over here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for 4-bedroom with store. And then we have the bigger size, which is 1195 and 1227. These two layout, I would feel that in terms of the layout comparing with 1141, definitely these two will be slightly better because if you do not want the study, all right, you can have a wide frontage living.
Yeah, so that means your point-to-point distance, you push your sofa all the way to the back. You have a very huge,
very wide, very wide area over here. Not forgetting you still have a dining space, so you are not like squeezing your dining over here.
Yes.
Okay, but if you really need to dress this up as a study, you still have got a decent space of your living over here.
Yep.
Okay, so that's for 1195, and again we have got 3 different stacks over here and here. Then for 1227, very similar to 1195. What's the difference over here?
Long walkway and also the home shelter.
This is a storage, this is a home shelter.
Yeah.
So situated here. Okay, between these two, of course, between these two, because there's no significant difference, right, in the layout, I will go for 1195.
Same.
Yeah, because smaller quantum.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm not like having a bigger living or a bigger master. It looks the same to me. It's just the foyer over here, and maybe because the home shelter is slightly longer. That's why the space difference is there. Okay, so I would actually prefer to go for 1195, looking at just the layout itself. Okay, And then next we have,
still have
the
one.
even bigger 4-bedroom. So actually for Pinery, there's a lot of sizes there.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
correct.
3-bedroom sizes and 4-bedroom sizes.
Yes.
Okay, so for this one, it's actually 1238 and then 1389.
1, 2,
Again,
3,
it's this
8.
area over here.
Yeah, so the kitchen and this one actually slightly maybe the kitchen slightly bigger.
Wider, longer.
Yeah, slightly, right? Slightly.
Over here. And more areas over here, more space over here.
And also the walkway this part. Yeah, so if you don't really need the L-shaped foyer area, then again, I would also pick the 1195. Because again, because of the placement of the door, right, they cannot view into the unit, so there's still privacy.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, there's still privacy.
So it will again come to the point, like for example, between the 1195, all right, and for example, the 1238, because we have got facing over here,
Yep.
how much premium do I have to pay for the interior facing? And for the size, what's the price quantum difference? Then we can decide whether we want to go for the smaller one or the bigger one.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the comparison that we have to do on the booking day itself.
Yep.
Okay. Then the biggest one will be actually, which is also the show flat unit type, is 1389 square feet. Okay, so this is actually with the, okay, this one there's a significant difference because you see the master bedroom is definitely bigger, and then you have a tuck aside walk-in wardrobe.
His and hers his and hers wardrobe.
Yeah.
And also most important, they also come with a dry kitchen.
Yes. Dry kitchen, wet kitchen.
Then
and
the dining
study.
area is also bigger for sure. This one really do have difference if you were to compare the both of it. Yeah.
Just okay, and then this one, because of the study position here, then you can also potentially have a wide living vantage. Okay, so that's for 1389. So again, we want to compare the 4-bedroom comparison with Rivelle. So we're taking Pinery 1141 square feet and then to compare with Rivelle 1109 square feet. In terms of the floor plan, right, the living and dining looks quite similar, but actually this one looks a bit wider in terms of the Rivelle floor plan.
Yeah, correct.
And then they have
But the kitchen, of course, for I think Pinery has an edge edge over it. It's slightly bigger. This one is a bit longish and.
But this one, the master has got the study. Okay, so it's pros and cons lah. Of it's not 10 out of 10, but it's actually pros and cons for both of the layout. But more importantly, we want to look at the quantum price that we are buying into and to exit plan later on. Okay, so again, we take an indicative of about estimate of about 2004. If let's say a $300 appreciation is at 3 million.
Yes.
Then for Rivelle 300 appreciation is actually at 2.55.
Yeah.
So that will mean to say a potentially of about 400 to 500,000 difference later on when Rivelle were to MOP in 2035.
Yep. Correct.
But having said that also, because Rivelle is still under EC, so it is still on the EC eligibility. What we are sharing is that the potential kind of pricing that will happen between 2029 and 2035.
Yep.
Yeah. But then again, because EC still has our EC eligibility, not
So
everyone
even
is
if
eligible.
now they want to buy, it's also subject to it lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your income
Subject to
ceiling, your
yes.
criteria all comes into it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then of course, the next thing is that even if it's MOP, you can only sell to Singaporeans and PRs. So that means your pool of buyers becomes only that pool of buyers.
Yeah. So this is just a comparison between Pinery and potentially next time for Rivelle. It's a comparison. The biggest unit type that we have is actually the 5-bedroom, the size at 1475 square feet, one stack, 12 units. You love it, you buy it.
Yeah, 1475. I think it's a very good size, being harmonized.
Yeah.
So dry kitchen, proper dining space, home shelter, huge kitchen.
Kitchen is L shape.
Yeah, huge kitchen. Where is the yard actually? Normally for 5-bedroom they will have yard.
They have an extended area over here.
Yeah, so probably that will be the yard area lah. But they don't have. It's not stipulated.
But the good thing is that they have a junior master
yes,
lah,
which is
and
very
then-
important for 5-bedroom.
for big units.
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
And then we have big, spacious master
This
bedroom.
is also very important.
Because actually for 5-bedroom, this is not like the biggest kind of size that we see in the market.
Yes.
For 1475, it could be a big 4-bedroom. Yeah, but now it's also harmonized, so everything is also more compact, but usable
in terms
space.
of size,
yeah.
in terms of numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Okay, so this is actually for 5-bedroom. But you see, interestingly, right, the 5-bedroom is actually over here.
Oh,
It's actually further to the MRT.
5-bedroom people
Just now
no
what
need
you're
to.
saying.
5-bedroom people no need to take MRT. I think.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then now we take a comparison with Rivelle as well. All right, so this is actually Pinery 1475 and then Rivelle 1378. Okay, so again we look at the exit price later on for Pinery. It could be about 4 million. All right, so for Rivelle, right, it's about 3.2. So 800,000 difference.
Yeah, but size also, of course, is that there's a difference lah.
Yep, yep.
But in terms of
Layout is pretty similar.
layout wise,
correct. The
but
junior
actually this
master
one
is also
has
here.
Pinery has proper dining lah. Like here, you have to squeeze between the living and the.
Yes.
Unless you don't want you want to do away the dry kitchen law, then you put a dining here. Yeah, so
Because this
really
doesn't look like
depends on-
right. So it depends on the width of this. If it's spacious enough, then this will be a very nice layout.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that's all for the comparison for Rivelle. The preview, not for Rivelle, for Pinery, comparing with Rivelle because
Yes.
we want to know the exit strategy.
I think that's very important lah, because when we buy into a development, we also want to know, if we exit, will there be who will be our competitors, who will be our buyers in the future. But I think buyers for here, I don't foresee too much of an issue because they are surrounded by a lot of BTOs and HDB upgraders that will support your exit in the future. But I think it's just whether which development and what type of layouts that will appeal to them. Yes.
Having said about the exit strategy and selling before Rivelle MOP, but I'm also certain that there will be a group of you and me who likes mixed development actually plan to stay there for long.
Exactly.
Because you're already so used to the convenience that it can bring you, right? So it's also a very long-term planning. So this is just some sharing on the numbers of the potential competition, but then also because not saying that you cannot look into Pinery just because there's a competition, because in terms of Pinery, we also have to see what will be the pricing that's going to be out later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Pinery still stands out because it's a condo.
Yes.
And at the same time, it's a mixed development. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of our analysis for Pinery. Please do feel free to get in touch with us for be it Pinery or any other developments that you are looking at. If you need our help to look into more detailed numbers and analysis, feel free to get in touch with us.
Yes. So once again, I'm Carissa and this is Elaine. Yeah, we hope to hear from you. So not only for Pinery, I think a lot upcoming, we have Villa Bay, we have Hudson Place, we have quite a bit of Tengah also coming. Thomson View is also the next up and coming project that a lot of buyers are eyeing. So we will also be doing the analysis for that. Please do click on the subscribe and like button so that you can get the notification of our video. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, and we'll see you in our next analysis video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.